Okay, having a few problems with this morning, getting the bloody thing to work. My microphone and my headphones not working, but anyway, here we are in the O-I Experimental. So this is the Tier 5 version of the O-I. You don't see it played very often, and I guess that's because it's just a bit meh. It's not great. I mean, I suppose it's not totally terrible either, but it's it doesn't have the dominance that the Tier 6 O-I has, because its armour just isn't really quite thick enough. Anyway, here we go. It has this 75, I think it is, 75 or 76 millimeter gun. Let's have a look. 75. So it's got 124 pen standard, and it does 125 damage. So that's not too bad. And I guess unfortunately the premium shell's not particularly great either. That's 155 pen. That's because it's like Japanese obviously didn't develop APCR, because none of the wartime Japanese tanks have APCR shells. They only have basically these super armor piercing shells. Don't know where that one went. At least the second one went in, even though that was probably more likely to miss. Now, I guess the reason that people don't like playing this thing is it's slow, it's gigantic, it has huge flat side armour that is only 70 millimeters thick, and so pretty much most people can pin it. The frontal armour is probably not bad. It's 125 millimeters, and I think that's both on the turret and the hull, possibly even the lower hull. So it's got reasonably good frontal armour. Not brilliant. I mean, what 125 means basically is that standard shells mostly are going to bounce off you from the 76 mils. Most of the lower caliber standard tanks should come up against, but even look at this, we're going to bounce a lot of shots off this guy. Even though it says it's red, it's not going to go in. Have to hit him in the hull. His turret's just too thick. Well, sort of. You can pen us from the front with an AP. That's weird. That's really weird that he was able to pen us then. 70, his pen's about 127. Even though he were very close, the chances of him pinning our 125mm plate from that distance must be pretty small. You only need the slightest bit of angle for it, basically, for him not to be able to pin us, but he did. Anyway, when I was confronted, I got this tank out. Oh, there we go, he's firing HE at us, but it's probably good actually. This is a good tank for enemies to fire HE at you, because it is so heavily armoured at the front. HE's not going to do a lot of damage. Now, I don't want to go too far up there, because we've got quite a few enemy tanks over here on our side. Now we really need to dispose of these guys before we go chasing these guys on top of the hill. Fortunately, I think we've convinced the KV perhaps not to poke, but it depends what he's carrying. If he had a heat round, he probably would be able to pin me from the front. He's coming back a bit more maybe. Now the VK will definitely be able to pin me if he can hit me. Oh yes, and of course he does manage to hit me. The VK3 001H, actually you can get some really good guns. You can either get the L71 75mm gun, which is the same gun as the Wartime Panther, which is a very good gun, but you can even get a better gun than that, which is it's like a squeeze gun. It's still 75mm and it still does about the same damage, I think, but it's got even higher pen than the 71. So it's a very nice gun. That's the one I run on my VK. Here we go. Stay there. Let's just aim this right in. We're not spotted, or we shouldn't be spotted here unless the KV peaks. And see, as soon as I touch the gun, it blooms right out. But if I can fire with... Now, let's see if we can finish off this VK. Oh, he's doing lap there. He's actually on this side of the hill, I think. Oh, yes. Okay, so now we have destroyed that guy on that side. Now, unfortunately, I'm the only player left alive. Right, yeah, there's 1, 2, 3, 4 players in the game on each side. And unfortunately, M10 died fairly early on. I was thinking the Wolverine was, at this stage, was actually not a bot, but it is. The DW's a standard bot sort of heavy tank. I don't really need to be firing the good stuff at him. He managed to pin me too, but then I'm not sure what gun he's got. His gun probably is a little bit more high pin than some of the others. Now it is best for me to angle. I'll do much better if I angle. Now the KV1 has got off the hill, but he is really lining himself up for failure here. Oh, he was lucky that ledge was in the way, but I think I'm still going to be able to get him. It'll take me 2 or 3 to kill him. 3. Probably killed him with those 3 shots before he could even aim his HE derp howitzer in. I mean, I don't like using the derp gun on the KV. I don't think it works particularly well. Now at this stage, it looks like we're winning easily, but they've beaten us on the other flank. They've got a player who's heading towards our cap. It's much faster than I am. He's just taken out our defending bot TD down the other end. I was a bit worried at this point. You know, I'm very, very aware that he's going to get on the cap. No, he's just too far away. And you can see this, you know, this is not a gun that you can, it's not a medium tank, it's a terrible gun if you try and fire on the move. I don't know whether that influences bots in any way when you ask them to defend the cap. You would hope that it might make some difference to it, but it probably doesn't. So, I've got 2 bots just out in there. He's capping great. Now luckily I've got a minute and 40 to get back to somewhere where I can shoot him, but there's a good chance that there he is, he's right there. You really have to aim every one of these shots. I'll keep it moving because I know I've got to get back to the cap. And of course it's costing me shots here. I'm missing every second shot. I'm just going to keep going up. Hopefully someone will head back to the cap. Bots generally, for some unknown reason, just do not defend the cap. Anyway, we've done 3,500 damage. It would be a shame to lose the game at this point because we've got a capping team or a capping enemy and bots that just will not respond the way you would hope. So let's finish this guy off. Okay, well at least we've got our Top Gun, but I don't want to lose this game on. Oh, that's good. The light tank managed to reset. That's excellent. But it gets taken out. And now the B1 must still have him. B1 must have reasonable view range. I suppose he's fairly close to him at this stage. And of course, that's bloody typical, isn't it? As soon as I get close to where to be able to fire at him, he disappears. Now, the IKV-103 has a very derpy, I think it's a 105mm gun. It's low velocity, it's reliant on firing, does he fire? 5 hit, didn't do anything. 300 though, he's got to hit me twice to actually kill me. There he is, and he's bounced again, also with his, I don't think it's a very high pin gun. And there we go. So I guess this was not the ideal map for this tank, but in the end that was an ace, high caliber and 7 kills.